Hello, everybody. I'm back. And so happy to be back. Okay. There's my comments for Instagram. Hold on just half a second, guys. As you know, Instagram always gives me some kind of, whatever. Okay, I'm here. I can still see the comments on Instagram, but not. Oh, who joined? Oh, see, I have to make that smaller. Green Grown Wild. That's an awesome name. Welcome to Stuff's Design Space. Okay, I have to move that. Okay, I think I am good. How's everybody? Hi, Jody. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Rachel. Oh, I am back to my happy place now. For those who don't know, I threw my husband a birthday/retirement party. It wasn't a surprise party, like he knew about it. And we have two of our kids that live in other states, and they flew in for his party. And he was very surprised by one of them. He didn't know they were coming, and it was amazing. So I had all of my children and all of my grandchildren together for almost a week, and it was beautiful. And my mama heart is so full and so happy. I can't even tell you. So, but I'm back. It is time to get back in the groove of things. So yes. Okay, so here's a few things that I want to say. So if you're new here, welcome. My name is Stephanie. I am the owner of Steph's Design Space, where I do all things vintage, junk journal, paper, all the pretties. So if that's something you're interested in, you're in the right place. If it's something you don't know anything about, you're in the right place. So welcome. I know, I'm so happy for me too, Lisa. In my Facebook group, we played a game for the last 27 days. It's 26. And it was the alphabet game. It was junk journal supplies A through Z. Okay. And I have already put the names in the wheel of names. So I am going to be drawing 2 names tonight for prizes. Okay. I have 2 prizes. So if you got the bonus words, and I have the bonus words here. So when I flip the camera down, hi, Ro, hi, Sylvia, you're going to see the bonus words and who won. So if you guess the bonus word, your name is in there that many times. So it was the first person who guessed the bonus word. Like, for instance, the bonus word for A was advertisements. The first person who answered advertisements was Amanda. So Amanda's name is in there for that. But she also answered a couple of other ones, and so her name is in there several times. So is Sylvia, so is Lisa, so is Jamie, so is Kim, Fiona. All of y'all are in there multiple times. Hi, Ange. So you have to be on the live to win. No, I'm not going to make it that way because that's not fair. First of all, I switched it from Monday to Tuesday. And so I'm going to do it live. I have the wheel of names up. Hi, Carol. And if you win and you're not on the live, then I will post it in the Facebook group. So I'm going to do a drawing probably in the beginning, and then I'll do a drawing another time somewhere in the middle of this live. I'm so happy. I'm so happy to be back. I'm so happy to be sitting here and crafting. Not really crafting. We're going to do some organization tonight. So you know how my brain is amazing. It works so well when I'm trying to go to sleep. Sunday night and last night, I had the baby with me. So I didn't get much sleep. So nachos wasn't one of the words. No, but let me tell you, it should have been. I think we're going to do some A to Z crafting snacks next time. I think we'll do I can't wait. I think this is fun. If y'all like the games, if y'all like to do that kind of stuff in the Facebook group, let me know. Say, yes, we like the games. I want to play more games. But I was thinking when I was trying to fall asleep about organization. So I have a ridiculous amount of beads, and I need some more drawer things, but then I have things that are in drawers that can actually come out and be organized in another way. So, excuse me, I want to show you all that tonight. So that's what we're going to do. Hi, Lori. So that's what we're going to do. And just chit chat and catch up and win prizes and all the things. Okay, so who's ready for me to flip this camera so I can show you the bonus words and all of that? Yes, we are ready. Oh, that wasn't what was supposed to happen. All right, switching camera. My husband doesn't know I'm going live. I'm live. You okay? Yeah. What do you need? Nothing? Okay. I switched it up. He's used to Mondays. Okay, so here we are. I will zoom in a bit so y'all can see. And, I don't have the greatest handwriting, so, it is what it is, right? All right, so for A, it was advertisements, and Amanda got that one. B was braille paper, and that was Sylvia. C was chiffon ribbon, that was Rochelle. D was dangle, that was Sylvia. Eyelets was Lisa. Fabric was Jamie. Glue gun was Krista. Nobody got H, which was hinges. Ink dauber was Kim. J was junk. That was also Kim. K was keys. That was Jody. L, nobody got it at first, but when I reposted, I was like, okay, these are the ones. Fiona did get letters. Krista got mail. Negatives was Susan. Old stuff was Jody. Photos was Amanda. Nobody got Q, which was Q-tips. Those are really good to get into small spaces. R was Rick Rack. That was Jody. Nobody got swivel knife. I was so surprised. It's like I use that all the time, and nobody got swivel knife. Nobody got time cards. And Oohoo glue. Nobody got that. Vellum was Kim. Watercolors Fiona. X-ray film was Jody. Yo-yo, the fabric yo-yos, Fiona got that. I was surprised, but very happy. And Sherry got zipper. So some of y'all did get the answers right, but I went with the first person who got the bonus word. And so that is how I came up with that. Hi, Amanda. Hi, Allie. Anybody else join that I haven't said hello to? Making sure nobody's over on Instagram. Okay, so this is the bonus words and the list. So if your name is on here multiple times, it is in the wheel of names multiple times. So I am going to do the first drawing. Do y'all want to see what the first prize is, or do you want it to be a surprise when, I'm just going to make it a surprise because there's such a lag. By the time y'all answer me, I'll have already made my own decision. So I am going to pull the wheel of names up, and this is for the first prize. And then I will do another spin somewhere later in the video. So here is the wheel of names. Everyone's name is in there. And I just went in order how they are on my list. So we are going to move it so I can see it. And for the first prize, the winner is going to be... Okay, I'm not removing, but hopefully somebody else wins. I'm just not going to remove. All right, this is the first prize. Oh, let me get rid of this. Hold on. Remove that. Okay, this, and zoom out. Whoop. Not that far. All right, this is the first prize. So this is a journal, and it's pretty much blank. I haven't decorated it. I was going to leave that to the person who won it. So it does say my journal, and it just has these kinds of pages that need some decoration, need some love in them. So this will be going to you, Miss Sylvia. Pretty. So this one is the first prize. And then I will draw for the second prize later on. So I'm going to write this down though, because, you know, my memory being as great as it is. So Sylvia is the parrot. The parrot journal. That's what I'm calling it, just because it has a parrot on the front. Okay, so we're going to move that out of the way. And let's get started on what we are going to do tonight for organization. Oh, you're so welcome, Sylvia. Thank you for participating. Let me see, what else am I missing? Anything? No. Okay. So thanks for participating. All right. So I have quite a few items that are in drawers that I feel like could go in a different setup. So that is what I'm going to work on tonight. So I have these folders, but you can use manila folders, right? I just happen to have these and I'm like, you know what? Let's use what I have. You can use manila folders. You can make your own folders. This is just a concept. And the concept is, I didn't cut this vellum. So I've taken vellum and I've cut it down to basically 8.5 by 2. So, or is it 8.5? Yeah, 8.5 by 2. All right, something like that. Anyway, I'm cutting these in 2 because the measurements are going to be different for whatever you're using. So I'm going to show you how I determine that in a moment. Because I have to reorganize. I need, and this one is a bit bigger. Can I go? You know what? I'm just going to make this 2. I don't want it that big. Okay, and there you have it. Scraps, and I'm going to move this out of the way. Now, I tested something out because all my organization is now going to be in some type of book form, like folder, book, whatever. And it's going to stand up like this in my cart. So I needed a way to be able to hang a tag with what is in this book. So I was able to put an eyelet in here to kind of make it sturdy. And then I'm going to hang a tag with the name of the item. I thought about writing it on there, but when it's standing up, you know, like this, and there's a row of them, I won't be able to see what's on the front. I need to be able to see what's hanging. So that's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to take these and double-sided tape, and we're just going to make pockets. And I know this just seems, you know what, I feel like this is too thick because it is going to make my pocket not as deep. Okay, so I'm going to use this one. It's just double-sided tape. So what have y'all been up to? What have you been doing? I am really just going to add tape. Oh, that's too short. Why is this short? Oh, I cut it on the wrong side. Well, it'll fit over here. Let me get the shorter ones. Okay, y'all, I'll mess with y'all later. Right now, I'm going to solely concentrate on the bigger ones. I know this is going to be a bit time consuming, but I thought, you know what? We can chit chat and y'all can tell me what's been going on with you. Y'all know what's been going on with me the last week. And get your advice on something. So I am struggling is not the right word, but I have not had any like epiphanies in a while as far as like different content. So I would love to hear from you what are you looking for as far as videos? What do you want to learn? What do you want to see? You know, all the things. Because I feel like I end up doing what's comfortable, you know, the same things over and over again. Now, you can think on that. Lori and I record our podcast today, and it will be out tomorrow. And we talk about YouTube. That's our topic. And we ask those questions and other questions also. But it's really been on my mind a lot lately. So I thought I would throw it out there. And if you don't know what I'm talking about when I say podcast, Lori and I have a podcast where we talk about all kinds of things. It's not just planners and crafts. I mean, it can be, but we talk about all kinds of stuff. And then we have a topic, and then we talk about all kinds of other stuff anyway. So it's just a fun, lighthearted, for the most part, podcast to listen to. Just, you know, two old ladies talking about the things that we find intriguing. So it is called Trend Talk with Lori and Steph. It's always in my description. You can also find us on YouTube. So we have a YouTube. We don't have like Buzzsprout or Spotify. We only have the YouTube. But you can listen. You don't necessarily have to watch, because, you know, I'm either moving around in my chair 1,000 different times, Lori's scratching her nose. Like, we're highly entertaining. But really, you can just listen. What am I missing? I'm currently in the hospital for my procedure, and now monitoring till the latest Sunday. I hope you're doing okay, Ange. I'm going to message you later and get an update on how you're doing. Okay, let me catch up on some comments. Chrissy's Paper Passion. Well, hello, Chrissy. I am moving, unpacking now. Oh, where'd you move from? Where'd you move to? I don't want to move. Deborah made it. Hello, Deborah. Staying in the same school district in Southwest PA. Okay. Awesome. I'm glad everyone made it. So today, you know, I was going to see about like crafting, but honestly, I'm not going to lie. I am tired, and my brain could not, I couldn't get into all the crafty something for a video. I really need to organize, and I thought, you know what? Let's show a neat way to organize some ephemera. So I have this, and I really probably should have done some of this before, hindsight being what it is, but here we are. I'm going to go ahead and lay these down here in a minute so we can do this, and then I'm going to show you something else. Something else I discovered. Hang on, I need one more, because I kind of know that 3 will fit, and so I'm going to do a row of 3. And this isn't new. Other people have done it, organized theirs this way. I haven't. This is the first for me. And really, I think it's because what I was using was working, but now it's not. And I will say that is the thing. When you become a crafter, you also become a collector. It is inevitable. It is going to happen. Some of us are hoarders. And some of us just like all the pretty things, and we don't know how to stop. I may or may not fit into all of those categories. But the more that I do or get or learn, the more I collect, and the more space I need, different organization, etc. Dang it, I knew that was not going to work. That was going to be too short, and I already put the strips on there. Stephanie. Okay, we'll just have to make it, because I forgot about the indentation. See, it's good where the tab is, but the indentions, not so much. Okay, well, let's do this side first because this doesn't have an indentation. Okay. Now I'm using vellum. You can use paper. You can use whatever you want. I'm using vellum because I like to see what I have because I forget what I have, right? So this is my way of knowing and being able to see what I have. I do have some of this stuff in drawers, which you are going to see here in a moment. That is not working for me for the simple fact that I still have to dig. And, oh, what am I doing? I have a picker-upper. And digging, I don't like it. It's time consuming, and I feel like, you know, if I stop digging too soon, I'm missing out on something better than what I found. And I don't know. I know it's a me problem. Okay. From Irwin. Okay, that sounds great. I like you showing organizing. I get ideas. Good. No, not the H word. Yes. It's not really hoarding though, right? It's collecting. Is that what we're going with? I'm not a hoarder. I'm a collector of all things pretty. Okay, I know I said 3 will fit, but I'm thinking that's going to push it because I have that in the way and I don't want to get rid of that. So we're going to do 2 on that side. Like there's no rules. You can do whatever you want. Okay, this one I'm going to put like right here because it fits where the little indentation is. And I don't want to cut the tabs off of that, so I am going to just trim this up a bit because it doesn't have a sticky thing on it yet. I'm really thinking I'm going to get away with just 2 and not 3. I don't know why I thought 3, but you know, it's all good. And this isn't meant to look beautiful. It's functional. Now, if it happens to look beautiful, yippee, yippee for me. But the goal is function. And I'm using double-sided tape because I don't have the patience to glue and wait for it to dry before I can add the things. And this is just perfect for double-sided tape, right? Okay, off my finger. All right, so I'm going to put these 2 down, and then I am going to pull what is going in this one. So I have several of these type of folders. But like I said, if you missed the beginning, you can use any kind of folder. You can get 8.5 by 11, fold it in half. You can make a folder. You can do whatever you want. You can make a junk journal and do it like this. So I'm just using some different folders that I have to create some organization. So don't feel like because you don't have these specific folders, you can't do it or you need to go buy some. No, use what you have. Because chances are you'll have to reorganize it again later anyway, because that is just the way that it goes. I am constantly having to redo. I'm redoing this because I have too many beads and I don't know what all I have anymore because I have all these beads just jumbled up in a box, and that drives me bananas. I can't with the beads. Okay, so let's put that like that. All right. We're just going to squish this down, burnish, you know, that fancy word. I could get out a bone folder, but then I would have, you know, more to clean up. All right, so that is that. Now let me throw all of these pieces in the trash. Move some stuff out of the way. Thank you, Carol. Functional is always best. Absolutely. Love double-sided tape. Me too. Okay, just trying to catch up. That was one of the things that I realize is I ask y'all questions or I say something and then I don't look at the comments for a while and then I'm kind of lost. Okay, so this is so far what I have. Now, the first thing that I want to organize is my Tim Holtz stuff. Now, I don't use Tim Holtz often. These are not Tim Holtz, they're mine, but it kind of goes along the same line as Tim Holtz, so I'm going to put them in there. I actually think this is also mine, but it's going to go in there anyway. When I say mine, I have these kinds of things on the website. So I have film strips and different pictures, whatever, on the website. I know that is one of the ones that I have on the website, but these are Tim Holtz. This is a photo of, what was his name? What did we call him? He has a name. My patrons will know because I have a bunch of the pictures of this guy and they each got one in like their Patreon package. Was it Patience? No, that's not it. Oh, anyway, they'll tell me in the comments. So, and then I have these paper dolls. So again, I don't use them that often, but look, that's 2 drawers that space is just being taken up. So I'm like, you know what? I need to do something with that. So let me see how these are going to work. Do I want to put it in there like that? Or do I want it to stand up? Standing up is good because I don't want it to get wrinkled. Let me put the shorter ones in the front. So like so, right? And we can have that. These can go in here. There's a lot of these. So there we go. And that's just gonna have to work. I think as far as these go, because I don't want them to get bent or whatever, so I'm just going to paper clip them. Oh my gosh, there we go. Like that. Perfect, right? So they'll be fine. I can kind of fan those out a little so it's not just all wadded up. All right, so that is that. Now, I'm not sure that this is going to be enough for all of these. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and add some more strips to this side. I am going to end up having to cut that off, and so be it, right? Mr. Please, that was his name. You're right. It was on the back of one of the photos. And I did have a lot of him, so all the patrons got a photo of Mr. Please. Okay, that one will fit down here, so I'm not going to cut that off. All right, double-sided tape. Did I actually put that up? What is wrong with me? Huh. Wow, I really am putting stuff back. All right, so is this the same width? No. No, it is not. It's like, that doesn't look right. That's not it. Okay. Oh, I didn't put it up. I put it up here out of the way. All right, here we go. And this one. Now, I'm not going to, well, I don't know, I might. I say that I'm not going to do something, and then when I say it out loud, I'm like, but I probably am. Going to spend a moment to kind of put the paper dolls in some semblance of order. And when I say that, like maybe all the ladies together, the gentlemen together, the kids together. Because generally speaking, when I do use the paper dolls from Tim Holtz, I already have an idea on what I'm looking for as far as that goes, if that makes sense. Okay, and that is as crooked as the day is long, and we're just going to be okay with it. And I didn't have to cut that one because it would have fit on that tab, but I already did. That's okay. Well, it's already cut, so I can use that one up here, and because I need one for that side anyway, and this one will fit right there, so I can do that. Sorry, guys. I have mine in size order from small to large. Okay. Yeah, I know. And that was his first name, not his last name. And it's probably because his mom was like, oh, please. And it stuck, right? It's funny. Functional is always best. There we go. Oh, somebody is on Instagram. Sorry, Becca and April. Thank you for joining over on Instagram. So if you hear me talking to other people, it's because they're either on YouTube or my Facebook page. Instagram doesn't share very well. So if you want to see live comments or what have you, you can always follow me on my YouTube channel, which is Steph's Design Space. Or you can say right where you are if that makes you happy. Okay, let me go ahead and take these off. Come on, picker-upper. And then we can organize. Now, I did have plans to do another folder tonight. Oh, it's only 7:30. I have plenty of time because I have some other things that need to be organized, but I'm not going to do the other folder tonight. I am going to show you some other items that I have organized. Like my die cuts, I have found 2 ways that I have found that I really like organizing my die cuts now. And so once I get this done, then we will switch to that. And between them, I will do the drawing, the final drawing for the final prize. And it's not like a grand prize. It's just, I just wanted to give two things away. Y'all, I cannot do anything straight. Let me just tell you. But again, I'm just worried about the function, not the aesthetics. Because honestly, chances are this will last me for a couple of months and then I'll come up with something different. Or I'll need to switch it, or who knows. Or maybe this will last a long time. Okay. And again, if you missed it at first, you don't have to use vellum. You can use cardstock. Okay, so I'm going to move this out of the way for a bit. And let's go ahead and see what we have, right? So women, children, and men. And y'all can, and then couples. I do want those separate as well. All right, couples, because there is times when I'm looking for a happy couple, and it makes a difference. So, all right, children, men. It just makes it easier when I am creating. I can find what I'm looking for, because the whole point of me wanting to do this was to eliminate how much I have to dig through to find what I'm looking for. And so I feel like this type of organization is going to, is that a man or a child? I'm going to go with man. That's probably a child. So we're going to move him up. I know that is a child. And some of these are just creepy. I used to call these creepy people, except nobody knows what I'm talking about. But some of these are just creepy freaking people, right? Like, especially some of the kids. I mean, it's like, no, I'm good. I have mine in order from small to large. Okay, somebody just joined over on Instagram, and I really don't want to try to say your name. So if you can put in the comments what your name is, I don't want to butcher it. Okay, I'm going to go with man, just a young man. Woman, man, women. Oh, look, it's a headless woman. I literally cut her head off to make something else. So at some point, I will have to cut the body out of that, but not today. That is not the goal for today. So, like, see, I think to me, this is creepy. It reminds me of a child bride, and that is just upsetting. But there was one of them that it was two girls like that, and it reminded me of The Shining, you know, the twins that were on there. First Holy Communion. Well, that's helpful, Shay. Thank you. Now I can put that in a better perspective. So now I can know that headless creepy people makes them even creepier. I know, it's crazy, right? Need a head. Okay, because I had like a really pretty dress, like one of my die cuts, and it was just like the Victorian clothes that I had, and I was like, well, I need a head to go on there. And I liked her head, like I loved her face. It was beautiful. Oh, this is like a family. Okay, I'm gonna put that right there. First Communion. Okay, that makes so much more sense, and that really does make me feel better. Like, he just got right off the horse and they took a picture. Like, I don't know what else to say about that one. Some funny stuff here. I swear I had a haircut like that. Bangs and all. When I was a kid, not as an adult. Okay. Almost to the bottom. See, now when I'm creating, it will make it faster. And then I have a drawer for beads and other items that I need drawers for. Okay. Oh, he's bringing someone flowers. There's a little girl. No, little boy. Little girl, and that is a man. Okay, and this one too, it reminds me of Shirley Temple. I don't know why, except her face doesn't look like Shirley Temple. Anyway, okay, so these are all separated into their respective piles. I tend to go for women and children first when I am creating, so that is how I'm going to put them in here. So we're just going to put the chillins. Now, I know that there's still a level of digging when it comes to this kind of stuff, but not as much. At least I know these are all children. And that, gosh, this is not a child. It's a man. That's a grown man. You know what? I think I'm going to have to put these littles down here. Yeah. And the bigs are going to have to go up there. And I guess it would help y'all if I was fully on camera. Now I wonder why they make us wear those dresses and bells. I don't know. But I'm so glad you told me, because seriously, that was just giving me child bride vibes. But I do see how that would be like First Communion. All right, so I'm separating them, funny enough, by size, like Ro was saying, but also by like type. But it's easier to dig through these like this than it would be. Okay, this is like groups. Put y'all down here. Can we just, they get hung up on the little pieces of each other. Oh my good gravy. There we go. Okay, so that is the children. And let's do the women. And I'm probably going to have to do the same thing with them. That's a child. That's a young woman. So I guess the busts, that's what these are called, right? From the, like the bust up as a bust. And then we have the full ones. Look, her leg just instantly was like, yep, I'm going over. Okay, your legs can't be there, lady. Yeah, you have to go under like everybody else. All right. What are we talking about? Thank you, Shay. This is something that occurs to me when I'm trying to fall asleep. When my brain's supposed to be turning off, it is like, activate, ideas, thoughts, go. The miraculous thing is I actually remember them when I wake up. So that's always nice. And this is a child. And so if I do get more or whatever, then they have a nice place to go. Okay, so I didn't do the couples, so I'm gonna do couples now. And then the men I'm just gonna put in here, but I don't want to bore y'all with continuing to put down vellum and all of that. But you know what? I really want to just get this finished. So I'm sorry if y'all are bored, but I probably am going to do that. And you know what? There was, let me see, because I have that. And there were a few that were with kids. So I want to put those kind of separate. There we go. All right, and then going over one more. So I just need to lay down 2 more strips for the gentleman, and then I can say, okay, this is done. Because this is all of the Tim Holtz, like this kind of stuff that I have, I think. And I say I think because I may find it later on in another location, because that's just a real thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, where we think, oh, I'm going to do this, or I'm going to organize that way, and then we forget about it, and then we dig through our stuff, and we're like, oh, look what I found. So it's a real possibility that I actually have more Tim Holtz things that I will find at a later date, and then I have that I can use. Okay, so real quick tape. If y'all have any questions, please feel free to ask away in the comments. I would love to answer your questions. So don't be shy. All right, so I was just making sure I didn't need to respond to anything on Instagram. So, because I have Instagram over in the corner, so I can still see it, but it's not as big as YouTube and Facebook comments. So, and if there is a video that you would like to see, please leave a comment on that too. Sorry, I'm like concentrating and my brain is like going all over the place. That's just what it does. Okay, so let me go ahead and do this and get that all down. And then I will do the last drawing for the winners of the bonus words in my Facebook group, because we played a game and it was a lot of fun, and y'all had so many great ideas, so many great things. It was amazing. There were things I was like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. Oh, please don't stick. Ugh. There we go. Now you can stick. Oh, and I thought of another way to organize. So you know how I've talked about having different ink dauber pads for all of my the inks that I use most often, but I didn't know how I was going to organize them. I think I actually found a solution, but once I have to get something to make that work. So when I do that, I will share. All right, so we have the legs. Never mind, Stephanie, just stop talking. So you know that saying, if you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all. If you can't say it right, stop talking. I'm only kidding. I am who I am, and sometimes words are just hard. Sometimes I think my brain goes faster than my mouth, or vice versa. Maybe my mouth is faster than my brain, and it comes out all discombobulated. And sometimes I really do not remember what the name of something is. And it could be something as simple as a fork or a plate or scissors. Like, sometimes I will be staring right at the object and I could not come up with what it is. So, all right, all the gentlemen are in there. So now I have my Tim Holtz, and it's going to sit up like this. I have the tags that I made for it. And let me just, I'm not doing anything fancy. Where's my black pen? Why can't I keep anything right straight? Oh, it's over here. I haven't done it with the ink pads yet, but I will as soon as I'm looking for the perfect item, shape-wise and size-wise. All right, now I am going to feed this through. Nope, I'm going to feed this through. Again, I just pulled what I had. This is just some scraps. And then I have this hole where I put a brad. And of course, this just wants to be like, oh, I don't want to cooperate. No, don't make me. Go through the hole. I've turned my picker upper into punch through. Okay. So this is the way I wanted to label it, because if I change my mind, if I do whatever, then it is easy enough for me to switch out. So when it sets up on my what is that called? Cart. So I will be able to see this is my Tim Holtz folder, right? So it's just going to set up like this, and then I will be able to see the binding. Okay. So that is how I'm going to store that. And that freed up 2 drawers. The other items that I have up there are my frames. I have a lot of frames. So I was going to make one of these for those, but not tonight. I will do that another time. So this goes over here. All right, I'm going to do the last drawing for the next prize. If I can find my this. Okay, so I'm going to add that to the stage, and we're going to close this. Oh, close. Duh. Okay, so this is the last prize for the contest, and let's see who the winner is. Okay, Sylvia, no offense, baby, but if it's you, I'm gonna do it again. It is Jody. Whoop, whoop. Jody won, and this is what Jody's prize is. It was one of the vintage notebooks. So one of the vintage notebooks or journals that I did on for the vintage only. So this is the prize. And it has all the beautiful, nothing but vintage. Everything in here is vintage items. There's a lot of journal space. There's a lot of space for you to add your own stuff. So congratulations, Jody. Okay, so let me put that to the side, and then I'm just going to quickly show you. So for my die cuts, I have 2 different things that I have done. One I actually do like more than the other, and I wish I would have thought of this first. So this is the first thing that I did that I thought of. And that is I got a reusable sticker book, right? And I took all of these die cuts and a tape runner. You know what I'm talking about, tape runner? Okay, I do not have one handy. I know that sounds crazy, but it is way on the other side, and I just can't. Anyway, I just did a little dot of the tape runner on the back and then stuck it to the pages. Now, They don't stick as well, especially if they get touched a lot, but it puts them in order. This I'm going to redo. Well, not really. I'm just going to use them up. But I did a lot of, so this one is mainly my flowers and my butterflies. And then I have some, this is stuff that was in Patreon packages. And then I have some blank pages. So I can absolutely add butterflies and flowers and then move the pages around. So that is one way. Now, everybody go to your thrift stores, Goodwills, whatever you have, and get an old photo album. Okay, I'm going to zoom out just a hair because this is bigger. Oh, that's wrong way, Stephanie. Okay, get a photo album because this will come up easy, except when I'm on camera. It does not work when you're on camera. No. This comes up easy, and then I can just pull this right off. There's no sticky stuff on it, so it's not prematurely sticking, and then they go there. So I've only put 2 in here because I wanted to make sure it worked. And then I can also, again, move pages around. So I like to have all my stuff in like categories. So when I'm looking for books, or if I'm looking for perfume bottles, or whatever the case may be, it's in an order, right? I don't have books here and then perfume bottles and then books. I like it all together. This was the way I was doing it. And it worked for a time and I really liked it. But it's so much because it's all these little bits. You know what I'm saying? I have to go through each one of these as opposed to all of them being in a book, and I can literally just like flip, be like, oh, you know, instead of, it's just different. So all of these are eventually going to go in here. And I actually got 2 of these. So when I went to my aunt's house, because she's selling her house, and I went to get some of my grandmother's stuff and whatever. So I was shopping in my aunt's house, and she's like, do you have any use for these? And I was like, no, you know, I really don't. And then it was like a lightning bolt. I was like, oh, wait, maybe. Yes, I'll take them. So I have 2 of these and a real refill pack. But I know they have these at the thrift stores like all the time that are brand new that people don't use anymore. So this, I'm telling you, is a great idea. Oh, you're welcome, Jody. Yay. Yeah, this is a great find. So I would definitely do that. I am also toying with another organization thing. So I'm going to show that to you. I don't know if this is going to stay. I don't know if I am going to keep it like this or what. But so this is like one of those whatever you want to call it. It just has all the sections. And this is where I put a lot of my, what are these called? Like sentiments, right? Just the little things. Now I do have them separated. These I made myself, but they say specific words. A lot of times I'm looking for a specific word like antique or breathe or faith. Journal. I really like journal. Notes. So a lot of times I'm looking for these words, and so I have made some. And then these are all dates. So this is like September 1908, because a lot of times I'm looking for dates. May 1879. These are all just random little things, right? Every city of the just little things that are whatever. These all have numbers. So it says total 34 tokens. So these have numbers of some sort. And this is just alphabet. So that's just letters. And then these are just larger ones that don't really fit in the space. So that is how I separated them out. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to keep this or not. I don't know. I'm going to try it out, see if I like it. see if I can keep it organized, and then kind of just go from there. So I don't know if that is going to work. So that is something I've kind of separated and toyed with, because all of these were in one of those clear drawers. So it's constantly having to dig. Like, I know I want to use dates on specific things, but I was having to dig through all of them. So this kind of minimizes how much I have to dig. So we'll see if that works. What else? What other organization thing? All my templates. So we know that I use a lot of templates. I have templates on my website. I put them in here. This really does expand. This is elastic, so I can put quite a bit. So all of my templates for my signature. So this is like a 3 signature hole punch. All of those are in the front. These are my pockets. So all my pockets, these are the tag templates. These are my lines, and this one even fits that I put the little handle on. And then back here, I have some templates I was playing with, but I don't think that I'm gonna like them. So putting those, I don't know what I'm gonna do with these yet, but they're in there. And then these are just some random things that I've made. I'm not sure if I'm going to use these, but anyway. So this is all my templates, and it's better than me digging through another box or drawer. They're separate. So if I need a tag, I know exactly where they are. So, and this just stays on my desk and oops, makes it handy. And then it knocks stuff over because I wasn't paying attention. So that's where I'm at with my organization. And hopefully it will work out. I love my drawers I got because I can see what I have in front of me, but I need better organizational item for die cuts and stuff. So the photo, yeah, I think the photo album would work great for dies. So I would definitely try that. I really like the photo album idea for a lot of different things. Like, I can take these and go sit in the living room in my fluffy chair while my husband's watching TV, and I can just add it to, you know what I mean? So I can hang out with him and put stuff in here. And like I said, I got refill. I have a whole refill thing, and it's made. That's the thing too, is this is made for bulk. These little rings here are made. It's made to have pictures and papers and stuff added to it to give it bulk. So when you're adding the die cuts, it's made to be like that. So it won't be like a big gator mouth and because the spine is small. So I thought that was a good thing too. So, and it's reusable. So once these books are gone, if I don't want to print and cut more of them, then I can use these pages for something else. So anyway, that is some of the different organization that I am, sorry, I didn't realize the light wasn't bright enough, that I am coming up with because I need more drawer space. Because when I say that I have a whole bunch of beads and I don't know what I have, I don't know what all is in here. So I like to separate things out. So I have a really big little drawer thing like this. And so I like, these are the same kind, but they're different colors. And, but that is full like this. It's insane. I have a problem. I know. So that is that. There is one other announcement that I want to make. Well, two. There's two announcements I want to make, and then I will let you get on with your lives because I have a bunch of stuff I have to do. And that is, I was really hoping to have the Shabby Chic Garden Junk Journal box out already. but because my son surprised me days early, I was not able to get it done early. That is something that I am working on finishing up and packaging tomorrow. So my goal is to have it out to y'all by Thursday. So my apologies. It will be like 2 days late. The next thing that I want to talk about is the new release. I was hoping to have a new release this week. I have stuff that is going in the new release, but it's going to Patreon first. Anytime I have limited edition of anything, it goes to Patreon first. That is a Patreon perk, and it starts at the lowest level of Patreon. So even if you are at the lowest level, you always get first dibs on limited items. So I'm going to show a few of these limited items. So this is one. This is a dangle. It is gorgeous. So that is one, because I honestly, I'm going to be honest with you. Here is another, just a single dangle. No, this is going to be a glue bottle dangle. I just have not put it on the whatchamacallit yet. So this is going to be a blue and silver glue bottle dangle. It just hasn't been put on a pin yet. This is a single dangle, and this is a single dangle. So I will have those. This is going to be a glue bottle dangle, and then I have 2 of these glue bottle dangles, like the black and white. So I have 2 of these. Oh, nope, they are not exactly the same. So I have that one and this one. Are they exactly the same? Almost, but not quite. No, they are. Yep, they are exactly the same. So I do have 2 of these. And then I have some vintage items that are going to go on the website. But it probably will be at the end of this month, not at the end of this week. So that is coming, and I do have some vintage items. Now, the vintage items will just go straight into the website because I have multiples of certain things. But these are time consuming, and so I always give Patreon first dibs. And if you're interested in Patreon, you can find it in all of my places. And if you don't know what a glue bottle dangle is, this is a glue bottle dangle. It is made on a stainless steel pin. These will not rust. I have tested them. So that is a glue bottle dangle. It just keeps the glue from clogging up the tip. So that is that. So that one I just need to put on a pin. I have some beautiful things coming. Also, I will be probably in June or July, probably July, August, September. Yeah, probably July. I will start pre-order for the Advent box. This year's Advent box will be 90% authentic vintage items. I am doing a lot of shopping around. I'm doing a lot of different things. So you will have some really beautiful and different and unique vintage items in the Advent box. If you don't know what it is a box full of 25 individually wrapped gifts for yourself or for a friend. And it is amazing. I have on my YouTube channel, I have some unboxings of them. They are not Christmas themed. They may have some winter items in there, but usually I like to put things that you can use all year round in your junk journal boxes. So there's that. And I think that's it. I think that is all the news that I have. Thanks for hanging out with me and listening to me jibber jabber on. But it's important. I mean, y'all are here because you love my stuff and I want to keep you up to date on all the fun things. So dangles will be available to Patreon. Anything that's left will be on the website. And yeah, things are happening. Things are coming. So if there is any kind of vintage items that you are looking for, leave me a message anywhere. I'm in all the places because I might have it and just don't know that anybody wants it. So anyway, guys, y'all are amazing. Thanks so much for hanging out. I hope this organization tips and tricks and just kind of showing you things is helping you, and that you're able to get your stuff more organized, because the more organized we are, I feel like for me, the more creative I can be, because I know where things are. So that's my story, and I'm ticking to it. That's my story, and I am sticking to it. All right, guys, thanks for joining me. Thanks for all of your support. Again, if you have any questions, any comments, any suggestions, leave me a comment anywhere so I can find it and adjust accordingly. So until next time, guys, y'all have a blessed night. Bye.